I praise Him, I seek His help, and I seek His forgiveness. Whomsoever He guides, none can misguide, and whomsoever He misguides, none can guide. And I bear witness that there is no God worthy of worship except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is His last and final messenger. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm very sorry on behalf of GMYM for starting very late, but as you know, this is a city area, and there's people going to the football game, so there's a lot of traffic and a lot of people who wanted to come. So to make it for everyone, we had to delay it. David, inshallah, I'll start by throwing a question at the audience. Please don't be afraid to answer. Can anyone tell me how many seats you think we have on the ground floor today? 1,300? Anyone else? 1,000? No? One more? No, not 3,000. David, we have about 1,100, I believe, on the first floor. Okay? Now, as you would suspect, my public speaking skills aren't very great, and it's very awkward being in front of about 1,100 people. And I think it's unfair that I'm the only one who feels awkward today. Right? So we're going to do a little activity, and we're going to share the awkwardness around. Okay? I'm going to politely ask everybody to stand up. Everyone, stand up, stand up. We won't continue the lecture unless everyone stands up. Good, everyone, including Brother Bilal. Everyone's up. Now, I'm going to get you to turn to the person on your left, which is, no, sorry, let's turn to the person on your right, which in your case is on that side. And I want you to send your salam to that person. Good. Send your salam to the person, ask him his name, ask him where he comes from, ask him what country he originally comes from. In Islam, it means absolutely nothing to us where your brother comes from. It means absolutely nothing to us what country he comes from or the color of his skin. Good, good, brothers. Good, good. Now can you turn to the person on your left? Don't sit down, we haven't finished yet. Up, up, up. Up, up. Good. Now can you turn to the person on your left? And I want you to send your salam to the person on the left too. Again, ask them their name. Ask them how many children they have. Don't ask them their age because that might be rude. Again, a Muslim is your brother no matter how he is, whether he's tall or short, fat or skinny. Wallahi, it doesn't even matter to us if his breath is bad. He's still your Muslim brother. Okay, everyone, you can sit down now. It's good. The awkwardness has been shared around. I feel less awkward. Brothers and sisters in Islam, like I mentioned, it means absolutely nothing to us. If your brother is black or white, green or blue, it means absolutely nothing to us. If he's tall or short, or fat or skinny, it means nothing to us. And likewise, if your brother is 1 meter away from you, you have a duty towards him. Okay? If your brother is 1 kilometer away from you, you still have a duty towards him. Does anyone disagree? Good, we still have a duty towards him. And likewise, if your brother is 8,500 kilometers away from you, 8,500 kilometers away from you, you still, believe it or not, have a duty towards him. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm being so specific in the distance. This distance is the near exact distance between where we stand today, or where we sit today, and a place in Syria called Homs. A place in Syria called Homs, where very close to that city, about 5 days ago, 130 people were killed. 130 Muslims were killed. Of course, Muslims are killed everywhere in the world, but this is a very, very special case, and I'll explain to you why. Amongst those 130 people, there were 30 children. 30 children who were killed. And the way they were killed was not the normal way of killing. They were slaughtered. Their throats were slit. These are our Muslim brothers and sisters. You have a duty and obligation towards them. Now the person who perpetrated this crime, wallahi, I would mention his name, but his name isn't worthy to be mentioned on the tongue of any Muslim. His name is not worthy to be mentioned on the tongue of any Muslim. Tayyib, inshallah, that's the reason why we're here today. We're here to raise awareness about Syria. The topic, as you all know, is the conquest of Bilad As-Sham. Now, Syria is a very important place in Islam. It has a very rich Islamic history, and it also has a very rich Islamic future. Inshallah, before I introduce who we are and who the organization is, I'd like to bring up one of our younger brothers, Brother Siddiq, who will recite some Quran for us. Brother Siddiq, please be nice with him, he's very young. طيب.
جزاكم خير.
رسالة لي.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا فتحنا لك فتحا مبينا ليغفر لك الله ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر ويتم نعمته عليك ويهديك صراطا مستقيما وينصرك الله نصرا عزيزا. هو الذي أنزل السكينة في قلوب المؤمنين ليزدادوا إيمانا مع إيمانهم ولله جنود السماوات والأرض وكان الله عليما حكيما. ليدخل المؤمنين والمؤمنات جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها ويكفر عنهم سيئاتهم وكان ذلك عند الله فوزا عظيما. ويعذب المنافقين والمشركين والمشركات الظانين بالله ظن السوء عليهم دائرة السوء وغضب الله عليهم ولعنهم وأعد لهم جهنم وساءت مصيرا. ولله جنود السماوات والأرض وكان الله عزيزا حكيما. إنا أرسلناك شاهدا ومبشرا ونذيرا لتؤمنوا بالله ورسوله وتعزروه وتوقروه وتسبحوه بكرة وأصيلا. صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah khair, brother, for that. Now, you're going to hate me by the end of the day, but I'm going to have to do it anyway. I'm going to have everyone who has a Facebook account, please raise your hand. There's no need to be shy. Raise up your hands. I have a Facebook account too. Everyone, put up your hands if you have a Facebook account. Good. Now, keep your hands raised. I want everyone who doesn't have a phone in their pocket, if you do not have a phone in your pocket, put your hands down. Good. Now I want you to watch very carefully what I do. With my left hand, I'll take out my phone, right? You have free wireless over here. With my left hand, I'll take out my phone, and with the nice hand you've been holding there really patiently, you're going to go to this address up here, and you're going to press on that little like button up there. Okay? Now, come on, put your phones up. Everyone, phones, good. Now the 40th person who does this, inshallah, will receive a prize at the end of the night. Good, you can shut the lights. Yeah. Okay, inshallah, before I introduce our speaker tonight, which is the reason you've all come here for, I want to just discuss a few important matters. There were 4 things I needed to speak about. Inshallah, I'll just cover the first one with Facebook. Now, you're all probably wondering who we are, GMYM. Now, the term GMYM stands for Global Muslim Youth Movement. We are not a new group. We are part of an existing group, Sunnah wal Jama'ah Association of Australia, which is one of the largest Islamic associations in Australia. Now, we are the youth wing of ASWJ. We are the youth wing of ASWJ. We come under the same leadership, but we obviously have a lot more freedom than, say, other organizations would. Now, to sum up basically what we stand for, we revolve around three themes, okay? The first theme is the youth. We're here for the youth. So we want your opinions. If you're young and you have some issues concerning our community and so on, please contact us. The best way to contact us would be by Facebook. There's a little thing at the top over there that says message. That will come to one of our people. So please, if you have any concerns or anything like that, contact us. The second thing we stand for is unity. Like I mentioned, we work with Sunnah wal Jama'ah Association of Australia, but we work with any other Islamic organization. We call for a unified approach to teaching Islam in Australia and a unified approach to all our Muslim activities. So inshallah, that's also one thing that we'll be working for. The last thing that we stand for is activism. Now, we as youth, many people won't see me as young, but I am young. We as a youth, we stand for activism, right? We are active. Whenever there is an Islamic event or an Islamic cause overseas, we will be there. We fundraise like you see tonight. I mean, many of you don't know that we'll be fundraising at the end of the night, but we will. We hold lectures, we run awareness campaigns and so on. So that's basically what we do. Just a quick announcement. I know the ground floor is full. We'll be opening up the balcony, so if anyone wants to sit at the balcony, not anyone who's sitting down, but anyone who hasn't got a seat, you can go to the balcony. Just go all the way to the main entrance.